Mhm.
Hello, everyone. We're going to be starting in around 5 minutes. Just waiting for more people that are going to log in. So in 5 minutes, I'm going to start the webinar. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I would like to know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? There's a chat that you guys can type, and you guys can type right there. Thank you, Roxana. Any questions that you guys have, you can type it on the little chat square, and I will be able to answer. Okay. Hello, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Esperanza Fernandez, and I'm being joined here through Instagram Live and also through our Zoom webinar chat. Um, and I wanted to thank you again for being with me today. I know it's a Monday, and I know that we're starting a new week, and this is a great way to start a new week so that you could get more informed. There's more information here about our products, about our line, about our company as well, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, my name is Esperanza Fernandez, and I'm an advanced instructor for DermaSwiss. I've been an esthetician now for 7 years, and I love what I do. I love teaching. I love also giving out information whenever I can, any information that I have or knowledge that I can share with you guys. I love to do that because we need to be able to keep us all integrated when it comes to estheticians, and when it comes to skincare. Being knowledgeable is key, not just for our own our own knowledge, but also for us to be able to educate our clients. So definitely education, it's something that you guys have to think about all the time, constantly, because every day trends are changing, technology is also changing, and it's just something that we need to keep up with. We are in the state of Florida, in Miami, so thank you guys. I don't know if some of you are joining me from other states. Some of you are joining me from Atlanta today as well. And again, I want to welcome you. So we're going to start a bit here, our presentation. This is all about our product line. So this is great for you who are already using DermaSwiss. It's going to serve as refreshments. And this is important because when it comes to product chemistry, based on the analysis that you do to your client, you are going to pick and choose what products you're going to use, okay? So that you can get the right or the correct effects that you want for the skin. So something that is very important for us in DermaSwiss is that we are constantly offering education for you guys that you can either view through our webinars, that you can view through these online seminars as well, and also being present here at our DermaSwiss offices. So there are many ways that we can, which we can support and also be able to help you by educating yourselves through the different platforms. For those of you who don't know DermaSwiss, here's a little backstory. So we are an exclusive line of skincare, a professional skincare that is in the market for over 26 years now. The ingredients are high quality ingredients. So this is, you guys already know that when having high quality ingredients, it means that everything that you are putting on the skin of your client is going to have a good effect on the skin. We do offer marine biological and natural products for all skin types, for all conditions as well. It is a compact, versatile line, which means that with a certain amount of products that we offer for your back bar, you will be able to create your own protocols. You would be able to treat different conditions of the skin without having to have a massive amount of products in your back bar. Sometimes this is contractive because if you have a lot of products in your back bar, then you don't know how to use them. You forget which products are for what. So having a very compact line and having access to a protocol is going to be a big plus for you guys. Also, another thing that is important is that it's a very effective line. Usually you do see effects on the skin on the first day that you do a facial on the client. But then obviously throughout the the protocols that you give them or the home care routine that you're going to advise, they're going to start seeing also a lot of differences in the skin. A lot of it has to do because, again, the active ingredients are you know, they're of high quality. They're Swiss products as well, so the chemistry from the products are from Switzerland, all the active ingredients as well. So you're going to get a lot of good quality products. They are paraben free. They're not animal tested. That's why we're very conscientious about our environment. And, you know, one of the things that we feel that responsibility about is not testing on animals. And again, the passion for education for our clients, strong corporate support, which means that you guys will always have a representative assigned to you who can also guide you on how to use the products, on how to properly apply the protocols. Our you know, our representatives are great representatives. Some of you already know who they are. They're always on top of, you know, being able to answer all the questions that you guys need. They're always there to answer at any time through text or via WhatsApp or via email. So that's what I love about this company as well, because anytime you have any doubts or questions, they will be there to support you as well. These are the different platforms where you guys can also find us. We have Instagram, so you would find us at DermaSwiss_pro, and that's how a lot of you are joining me today through Instagram. It's because there we are always showing webinars. There's always a display about our different calendars throughout the month. There's always all kinds of information that you guys can find through Instagram. Also, Facebook and YouTube are other platforms that you guys can find us through. I know that in YouTube you will also find some of the protocols. Okay, so that's what I love it, because you can find some protocols and you can guide yourself through that on YouTube. Another way is that through your representative, you can also ask for different protocols that you can have access to. Again, once again, advantages of the line is that it's an effective line. Chemical peels. So when it comes to chemical peels, I love that our chemical peels are direct chemical peels. This means that you're gonna have different, for different skin types, you can pick and choose what peels you wanna use. There are not combinations of peels. So you won't find one bottle with a combination of alpha hydroxy acids or a combination of beta hydroxy acid plus alpha hydroxy acids. We do have alpha hydroxy acids and glycolic, lactic, mandelic, and we also have the salicylic acid, which is your beta hydroxy acid. And like I said, you will find them in different concentrations and in different pH balance. So this also makes it a great line for your Medi Spa, because you would be able to work with direct peels on the skin. The other thing that is important about the peels is that they are progressive. They're not aggressive. This means that you won't necessarily, or you won't see that the client's going to start literally peeling their skin, because they're not, you know, they're not aggressive peels. Our peels, you will see differences with time as your client starts using them in your treatment room, and without all the side effects of dryness and peeling off of the skin. So definitely they do work. It's what makes a great difference in our protocols as well. A lot of our advanced protocols, or what we call our master protocols, are all contain peels in some form, that you can use them on the skin. So we're gonna start. This is our hygienic line. So we have, this is like our basic line. Okay, so we have the Derma Cleanser, a Derma Tonic, which is our toner, and the Derma Scrub, which is our exfoliant, our mechanical exfoliant. When it comes to the Derma Cleanser, we can definitely use it on all skin types. We do have other cleansers that I'm going to mention today for specific skins, but that doesn't mean that you wouldn't be able to use the Derma Cleanser. The Derma Cleanser, this is the presentation that we have for home use, okay? But for back bar, it's a bigger 17-ounce bottle. So it's a gel consistency. It's a clear gel consistency, and it's very refreshing. Once you apply it on the client, they usually feel a very refreshing and soothing sensation. And this is because it has calming ingredients such as chamomile, aloe vera, cucumber. So all that is very soothing, very cooling. They're anti-inflammatory active ingredients, antioxidants such as green tea, for example, very important. And we have in all our skin, in all our line for skin, there's always going to be some sort of antioxidant taking effect, because we know that antioxidants are going to repair our cells. So for us, it's important that as soon as you start, even with the cleansing, you have soothing, calming, antioxidant ingredients so that you can work the skin properly. Oftentimes our clients come with very dehydrated skin, and as soon as you start cleansing, that's when you start the hydration process, so that their skin is ready for more of the following steps, especially if you're going to be using peels. The skin needs to be very hydrated. So even though it's a gel, it's like a gel texture, you're still going to feel, you see, it's gel. It's very, it's clear, very, very light. So you're going to see that the skin, even though it's a gel, is not drying at all. For home use, this cleanser, it's perfect for more oily skin, or I would say a mixed type skin, okay? But I love it because it doesn't strip all the acid mantle. It's great for removing impurities and all the dirt from the outer environment. The lotion, again, the lotion also comes in a presentation of 6 ounces for home care and 17 for back bar. Now our lotion, this one you can use again on all skin types, no alcohol in our toner. And it, again, it's very soothing, it's very calming, a very refreshing sensation as soon as it touches the skin. It doesn't have strong smells to them or odors, because we're very careful about that as well. We know that certain colors or smells could be very irritating to the client. So they're very natural, very smooth smells. Now, when it comes to ingredients, again, aloe vera, also very present in this product. Vitamin C as your antioxidant product or ingredient. Cucumber, again, soothing, calming effect. Green tea and chamomile. I mean, all these things are all anti-inflammatory, all very soothing to the skin. We love to use our dermatonic in some cases with some of our masks as well, that I'm going to talk about later. But there are veiled masks that you would have to wet them to prepare them or to activate them on the skin. So oftentimes a lot of our estheticians love to use the dermatonic as that, instead of using water to penetrate or to help the mask penetrate. We also have, in like what would be our ABC care for the skin, the Derma Scrub, okay? So this is your exfoliation. So again, obviously it's going to exfoliate the skin without irritating. Very important. Out there in the market, especially when it comes to buying on any drugstore or clients, they will buy any of those products and they don't know that they contain a lot of the plastic particles as part of those exfoliating agents. What this will cause to the skin is microscopic tears, and with time they're going to find that there's a lot of irritation and sensitivity to the skin. In this case, using a professional product that contains something like diatomaceous earth, which is an exfoliating agent, will actually help soothe the skin. This comes from marine fossils, very rich in silica, very, very healing to the skin. So if you guys look up on Google what diatomaceous earth, you will find that the benefits for the skin is that it's healing and that it helps with hydration of the skin as well. And oftentimes it's even used for eczema and psoriasis. Another ingredient here that we have is squalane, which is an antioxidant, and it's also very moisturizing. And what makes this exfoliant not just a mechanical exfoliant is that it's also an enzymatic exfoliant, is the fact that it has the papaya leaf extract. So papaya, it's our enzyme in this product. What type of skin is it good for? All skins. Again, you don't need to be finding a different type of scrub for different type of skin. No. Why? Because again, it's healing, it's soothing, it's hydrating. The particles, the exfoliating agents, they're very, very small, and they won't tear microscopically at the skin. You won't see your client turn red or feel an aggressive exfoliation to the skin. Another way to use the scrub is as a gommage. So if you have a more sensitive type skin, you would just apply it with a brush, okay? And I have it right here. I don't have a brush with me, but I'm gonna show you that, you know, it's like a thin consistency, okay? So I even got some from the top, but it's a very thin consistency. It smells great. Again, you know, very soft orders to the product. They're not strong at all. Sorry. And so you can just leave it on you would apply it with a brush, okay? Sort of like the way you would do with a mask. And you can leave it on the skin. On somebody with rosacea or reactive skin, you can leave it there and leave it on for up to 8 minutes, like a mask. It's gonna dry a bit, so then you can just start moving it little by little and it starts to fall off, just like Gamache does. There are other ways that we use the scrub, okay? So what I love about it is that you can also use it to for disincrustation purposes. You guys know that disincrustation means they're going to be using a product that is going to help you soften the tissue so that you can do extractions, correct? Well, in this case, the Derma Scrub, you can apply it on the skin. You can add different products to it. You can add our Glycosal, which is our 12%. This is, again, retail size. This is not the bag bar size, okay? You would, 2 pumps of Glycosal, which is our 12% Glycolic Gel, is different than the peels because the peels come in a small bottle and they're liquid. This gel, you can use it at night. Your client can use it at night as well as a way to exfoliate the skin for a more even, you know, skin tone and more even texture. But for the Derma Scrub, you add 2 to 3 pumps into about a quarter size of the scrub, and you apply it on the skin, and then you can apply the steamer. Now, again, with the steamer, we're always careful depending on the skin. If it's too much of a irritated skin, then the steamer, you can either place it further away or closer to the skin. That just depends on how you evaluate the situation with the skin. But you would do 2 pumps of the Glycosal, and that's gonna help with this incrustation. When it comes to oily or acne skin, you can actually add 3 drops of salicylic acid into the scrub, and again, apply it with a brush, leave it on for about, I would say, 5 minutes with the steamer. And that's definitely gonna help with the incrustation. And when it's dry or dehydrated skin, you would use lactic acid. 3 drops of lactic acid into the quarter size amount of the scrub, leave it on the skin, and apply the steamer. Depending on the skin, again, you can exfoliate manually while it's on. You can start moving it around. You can start moving it around in the areas where you know you're going to be doing extractions the most. So usually the T-zone for some people. So you can kind of just work on that area for a while, and you leave it on for about 5 to 8 minutes. And then you just remove with water and you're good to go when it comes to extractions. So those are different ways that we can use our Derma Scrub as well. So we have what we call the corrective line, and this is what's going to repair your skin after, you know, treatments of extractions, for example, or after something like a microneedling, microdermabrasion, radiofrequency, etc. These are your nourishment for the skin, your vitamins for the skin, okay? So when it comes to the repairing of the skin, we have serums. And this one is de-aging, which is a multivitamin packed serum, amazing for mature skin or, you know, dry skin. It's very rich in the sense that it comes with a lot of nourishment of vitamins, but it's not overly thick. I do not recommend it for oily skin though. this is the presentation for retail. Again, all of these come in different presentations for back bar. So for the backpack, for example, you would have a bigger presentation. For retail, do I have it here? For example, like this one. It kind of comes like this one right here, okay? The bottle for back bar. So this is the retail, and it comes with a dropper, and basically one dropper or half a dropper goes well throughout all the skin. What I love about this one is that if you have a client that has rough, chapped lips, they can actually apply it on the lips as well. Yes, you can use it for the lips. You can use it for the lips, and you can use it under the eyes. And I look up, if you guys right here see me, I'm looking up because I also have my Instagram viewers on the phone, on my tripod over here. So you use it on the lips at night, and your lips are gonna be so wonderfully hydrated. Also, you can use it under the eyes, okay, for darkening and under eye bags. You can use it under the eyes, so you can apply it at night, have it, absorb into the skin, and then you could do something soothing on the eye for pampering at home, maybe with jades or with the cold globes, for example, and that's going to feel amazing. And then the next day your eyes are going to feel so hydrated. So obviously it's not just going to help for dark circles, but it's also going to help for fine lines around the eyes. What does this contain? Vitamin F, which is an essential fatty acid. It's going to contain vitamin A. We already know how wonderful vitamin A is in the compositions of either retinol or retinoic acid. In this case, it's a lighter formula for vitamin A, so you can still use it during the day as well. Vitamin B5, which is your panthenol, is very, very hydrating for the skin. Vitamin C, we know that wonderful properties of vitamin C as an antioxidant. Remember that vitamin C is not just an antioxidant and a free radical scavenger, but it also helps with repairing the capillaries of the skin. It helps with restabilizing the collagen that surrounds the capillaries. So this is wonderful for photo age skin. Vitamin E, another antioxidant. Vitamin E, remember guys, that it's also an epithelial repair. So it's going to help with that dryness that sometimes comes with a more mature skin or some chapped areas. Vitamin B7, which is your biotin, and inositol, which is vitamin B8. So again, a great complex of vitamin Bs, A, C, you name it, and it's there basically. So that's why I said it's great for nourishing the skin. A lot of our clients use it during the day, but some love to apply it at night because, again, the process of the skin healing is best at night. So they apply the serum, and then they apply our night cream that I'm going to talk about as well. And that's just the next day, your skin feels wonderful. Myself, as an experience, my skin is mixed, kind of tending towards the dryness now. But about 2 weeks ago, I was up in Atlanta. You guys know, those who are here right now joining me, and it was very, very cold. So my skin, I have rosacea, so my skin felt tight and dry. So I would come to the hotel, I would apply a mix of the de-aging with our Supreme Night Cream, and the next day my skin wasn't red anymore. It was very soothing. I felt it wonderful. So take that into consideration, that sometimes we travel and we find different environmental factors or different temperatures that also affect our skin. And depending on that, you can also correct what your regimen is. The Estee Lift. So here we have the aging. I don't know if you guys can see the color. And here we have the Estee Lift. It's a lighter color, okay? So our Estee Lift is a concentrated anti-aging serum. This is wonderful on hyperpigmentation treatments. It is great because it's going to give you firmness and elasticity. So let's say you did a protocol where you're using something like radio frequency, you would definitely, if the client's looking for lifting, this is the one that you would want to apply. Also, after microdermabrasion, for those of us who have some hyperpigmentation spots from sun damage, you could do something like microdermabrasion and then add on that Estee Lift, and it's going to help with illuminating the skin. So it has soy proteins, sweet almond oils, proteins. Anything that is proteins is going to give us a lot of the collagen production as well. It's going to be very smoothing to the skin. and then also phytic acid in this case, which is going to be as an antioxidant agent, but at the same time, it helps greatly when it comes with hyperpigmentation. So this is definitely another plus. Let me tell you again, my personal experience. I like to talk about my personal experience with the product, that I feel that it gives me a lot of luminosity to the skin. And I've heard of some clients say that even when applying makeup, it just looks better because it gives you that like within glow of the skin. So it's definitely a beautiful, beautiful light product. They're not oily. Okay, even when it comes to de-aging, it's not oily, but it's just because it's very rich. We like to offer it only for mature skin, but the de-aging is for all skin types. Again, it's a very light serum and it feels very smooth. And as soon as you apply it on, it just absorbs rather quickly into the skin. Okay, our hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid, we all know that it's the friend for plumpiness of the skin, for smoothing the skin, for fine lines and wrinkles. Why? Because it captures moisture from the environment and it just locks it into our skin. We also know that hyaluronic acid is a natural component of our epidermis, of our dermis as well. And what happens as we age, we start losing the capacity to produce hyaluronic acid, which gives our skin that plumpness effect. So DermaSwiss has come up with a beautiful, beautiful formula because it contains 3 molecular weights of the hyaluronic acid. This means that it's going to not just penetrate down very deeply into the epidermis, but also it gives you like different levels of hydration, which is important because this is going to help and benefit against transepidermal water loss. Again, it's another product that you might want to use while you're doing something like a microneedling, for example. Then you can go ahead and use hyaluronic acid because it's, of course, after microneedling or during the microneedling process, you would be able to penetrate that ingredient. And it's not just going to stay at the very surface of the skin. For nighttime use, wonderful under your hydrating products, okay? Again, it contains the 3 molecular size of hyaluronic acid, sodium PCA, which also increases hydration levels. It's another element that we find in our skin that we start losing with age. The epidermosil, it's a compound, which is basically your hyaluronic acid in the low molecular. This is the one that we were talking about. Besides, we do find hyaluronic acid in different names, depending on the type of hyaluronic acid. So epidermosil will be the one that penetrates the skin the easiest and also helps repairing the barrier function of the skin. Again, it says here that for use in professional facial treatments or for use at home. So if you have a client that is really dehydrated, that they have a lot of redness and irritation because of dehydration, you definitely want to share with them the benefits of hyaluronic acid for them to take home and use under their moisturizing creams. Derma Seed. Our Derma Seed, it's our glowing serum. I like to pair up my Estee Lift with my Derma Seed. They both give me a glowing effect. They're both helping me with hyperpigmentation. So I applied this one first and then my Derma Seed, okay? Derma Seed, again, it's a gel-like serum. So it's great for all skin types. It's not irritating at all. The active ingredient here is the 3.0 ethyl ascorbic acid, which is a very, very stable molecule. It's hydrolipidic molecule, which means that it has affinity to oil and water. So that's why it just penetrates rather quickly into the epidermis. At the same time, since it does that, it penetrates. It's not reactive at all. So you are able to wear it during the daytime as well. So it's not just a nighttime type of serum. You could use it during the day, and it's going to help you repair collagen. Again, vitamin C helps with collagen synthesis. It's going to help with restoring the collagen that binds around your capillaries, the capillary walls. So it's going to help with restoring that as well. And the benefits of vitamin C, which are great for illumination of the skin and hyperpigmentation. Along with the ethyl ascorbic acid, ferulic acid. Them two together are best friends. They are the best antioxidant combination that you can find, and also lining effects that you can find in the market. So ferulic acid, it's an antioxidant, but it's going to help boost the vitamin C. Ferulic acid boosts vitamin C. So that's why we have it together in the formula. Another important thing about Derma Seed is the melanostatin. Melanostatin, again, is another neopeptide. You can also find out about it more. It's going to be a melanin suppressant, but it's a melanin suppressant from the very beginning of the chemical reaction of the hormone that produces melanin. So it's very important because it starts from the very beginning of the melanin action where it starts to block. So it doesn't even get to the tyrosinase, which is the enzyme that starts to develop the melanin color. It starts to take action even before through the melanin producing hormone or the melanin stimulating hormone, and that's when it does the effect of the blocking effect. It also contains hyaluronic acid and rice extracts, and we know that rice on its own produces another type of chemical, but in this case it's not the kojic acid, it's just the rice extract, and at the same time it will help with antioxidant properties and lining effect as well. So our Derma Seed, it's beautiful. You can use it in different protocols on skins that have been damaged by the sun. You can use it on your microneedling protocols. You can use it as a nice lifting effect, massage to your protocol. So again, even on sensitive skin, you can use it to help repair the vascular walls or the capillary walls. Molecular weight. So every, they're asking me what is molecular weight. The molecular weight is how big or small the molecule is of an active ingredient. So different active ingredients have either bigger or smaller molecules. Our skin, it has a barrier, correct? And that barrier is very protective of what comes in and what goes out. In order for something to be able to penetrate the epidermis, it needs to have within the smaller molecular weight so that it can actually go into the epidermis. And if you have bigger molecular weights, it's going to stay more at the surface. So for something to work at a epithelial or more of a cellular level, you want it to have a smaller molecular weight. Usually, for an example of this, it's collagen as well, not just hyaluronic acid. Collagen, it's a bigger weight of molecule. So usually when you want to look for a product that contains collagen or elastin, you want it to be hydrolyzed. That means that it goes through a process of breaking down those protein molecules so that it's able to penetrate the skin. Okay. Let's see what else here. The recovery serum. The recovery serum is what we use on our sensitive skin, anti-redness, rosacea, for example. The formula, it's very soothing. Again, I would use this, or your client would want to use this day and night if they'd like, depending on how their protocol is established. Again, some people like to use it during the night because they feel that that's when their skin is repairing, and they use it before any of their moisturizers. Remember that serums come before moisturizers because they're lighter consistency, okay? So the lighter the consistency, then you want to apply it to the skin before your more rich products. This one contains allantoin, arnica, witch hazel, horse chestnut. All in common is that they're soothing, that they help with strengthens the walls of the capillaries as well. They help with the movement and the oxygenation of the cells as well, which is very important. They are antioxidant benefits as well. Anytime you have red skin or reactive skin or rosacea, you always want to look for soothing. You want to look for soothing elements. You want to look for something that's going to repair, because if you don't treat it or catch it on an early stage, most likely that reactive skin is going to turn into rosacea. And then if the rosacea, you don't control it, it might come and start getting to the other levels. So for rosacea, we have four levels of rosacea. And if you don't catch it on early or try to take care, it can get worse. So oftentimes the skin that already has a tendency of flushing over temperature changes, over the mood stimulation, you know things that you might drink or eat, then that person most likely later on are going to have more of a rosacea. So how do you want to calm and soothe the skin? With a product that contains elements that are going to help with strengthening the capillary walls, reducing inflammation. Again, important because you don't want inflammation on the skin, because this can turn also into hyperpigmentation. So you can use this after your let's see, you did a type of protocol that is for rosacea skin. This is what you would do at the very end before the mask. You would apply the serum, and then for your client to take home, they can use it day or night under their moisturizer. Okay. They can even have it with them in their purse if they want, because again, they're not oily, they're not heavy at all. So if they feel a flush coming on, they can just go and apply that to help soothe the skin. Do you guys have any other questions? Let me see. Hola. Let's see. The clarifying serum. Now this one, let me see right here. The clarifying serum, it's for acne. Oily skin can also use it, but this line was developed for acne. This serum is going to help with decreasing the outbreaks of the skin. It's going to help with leveling or normalizing the sebaceous gland or the sebum on the skin. And it's great because it's also going to help with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So oftentimes when a person suffers acne, if it's, even if it's a little bit here and there, if they pick at the acne lesion, they might find that there's a different color on the skin because of hyperpigmentation. Another thing that happens is that if they don't wear sunscreen and there's an active acne, there's also going to be hyperpigmentation. So this product is going to help. First of all, it has been developed with probiotics, which means that probiotics are going to help in the health of the skin. The same way that probiotics help with the health in our digestive system is the same thing happens with the skin. So in this case, the lactobacillus rye flour ferment is it's our microbiota that we're using to diminish, in this case, the breakouts for acne. The azelaic acid has a great function for hyperpigmentation as well. Also, azelaic acid, you can also use it for rosacea. So in this case, the clarifying serum, you would want to recommend to your client if they have a more progressive, more seborrheic type of rosacea, or more of a pustular type rosacea. You can also recommend clarifying serum because of the components. Again, azelaic acid, antioxidant, but it helps with exfoliating and it helps with bacteria. It's antibacterial. Licorice, it's anti-inflammatory, but also licorice is great for hyperpigmentation. So anytime you find products with licorice, you know that they will work when it comes to hyperpigmentation. Arnica, anti-inflammatory. Horse chestnuts, again, strengthening the capillary walls. Why? Because you want, when you have acne, there's also breakdown of those capillary walls every time you have a lesion. Remember that anytime there's a cut, capillaries are broken as well. So that happens when you have acne within the follicular walls. There's also, we need to strengthen those capillaries. And that's going to give us a better healing process as well. Gotu kola, which is healing and very it stimulates collagen and it's anti-inflammatory. Collagen stimulation is important when it comes to acne because it's going to help heal the wound as well. Horsetail and focus. And focus increases hydration levels. Focus is a type of algae that is very rich in hydrating elements and also protein elements that help with collagen production of the skin. Do you guys have any question about the clarifying serum? The way that you use it, sorry, I forgot to mention, I get excited about this product because I know that it works. I love it because it doesn't have any sort of strong acid in it. So you know that you can recommend this for home care. You want your clients to go home with something that they're going to be able to use at home without having to exfoliate aggressively on an everyday basis. So they can use this every day. They can use it day and night and all over the face, okay? So it's not a pinpoint product. You use it all over the skin, and day and night it's recommended, especially when you have a more popular pustular type of acne. Then you would definitely be able to use it every day without dehydration. Oftentimes products for acne are very dehydrating and very drying, and that's not healthy also, because then once you start using it, you know, all that sebaceous gland stuff is still being stimulated, and it just all comes out again. And also another thing that happens when using very aggressive products is that when it comes to dehydration, then you're going to have other side effects like inflammation, irritation to the skin, and even more production of oil, because the skin wants to compensate from the lack of water. So anytime we are going to give our clients something for them to use at home, or even you in the back bar, you want it to be a hydrating product for acne. Misconception that hydrating is going to give more oil. If you know the right products and the right ingredients, you know that it's all about water content. And this one, the anti-impurity, okay, so again, I want to show you two because they're both green, but this is the one, the recovery, and this is for sensitive skin. And the bright green is the one that we use for spot treatment on acne. Again, spot treatment. The clarifying goes all over the skin, but the anti-impurities is only spot treatment. That means that after you do extractions in your treatment room, you can apply it with a cotton swab or a 2x2. You wet it, and then you apply this product on the areas where you feel, you know, they need it most after extractions. Can you recommend this for home use? Yes, actually, this is, again, these are the sizes for home use. And again, tell your client that it's not for all the skin area. It's only spot treatment as needed. So while it does have salicylic acid, it does have sulfur, and also it does have retinol palmitate. Again, it's a very gentle vitamin A derivative, but since it contains all of these acids, you don't want them to use during the day. So we recommend it for nighttime use on the areas where there's either going to be a breakout because they can feel it coming, or after, you know, something broke and they want to heal, then they can use the anti-impurities again. I think I have another question here. Have a client that has a lot of deep whiteheads in her skin. I'm looking for something to help soften and exfoliate the skin to make extractions easier. What would you recommend? I would definitely recommend for that client the Derma Scrub. You can tell her or him that they can exfoliate once a week with the Glycosal. So they would be able to use Glycosal, one pump, into a quarter size amount of the Derma Scrub, and they can start exfoliating once a week. So another important thing is hydration, okay? Hydrated skin, it's very easy to work with when it comes to extractions. So we can see somebody that has those pesky whiteheads on the chin area. Is that where the client has it? The skin extractions on her skin, okay, on her skin. So, but we start, you know, tugging and trying to more gently do the extractions, but it doesn't budge. And oftentimes it's because the skin is dehydrated. So the more dehydrated the skin is, just imagine dirt, dry dirt. You apply water to it and it starts to absorb quickly, and you don't see results. That's how dry skin is, or dehydrated skin. It's hard to kind of push out whatever's locked in there for a while. So I would recommend definitely for her to hydrate very well every day, and then the exfoliation once a week with Glycosal. She can also use Glycosal on its own every day and night because of the glycolic acid. And by the time she comes after a week that she's doing that, have her come in, and that way you can do extractions on her. But do apply the steamer with the scrub and the Glycosal first, and move it around and you will see how easier your extractions will be, because that will be at your disinfectant. It's everywhere, and certain areas are really congested. Yes, definitely. You want to do that. You want to, you know, tell your client to use the scrub once a week, but the Glycosal, they can use it every night, and that's going to start helping with the exfoliation process of the skin, and therefore the, you know, evening out the skin as well, the texture of the skin. And by the time she comes back to your spa, then it should be a lot easier for extractions. But she needs to moisturize. We can't have a client exfoliating and not moisturizing, because that's just going to produce more dehydration, and then the skin's going to become more irritated, and it's going to be harder for you to do extractions. Okay, so definitely Derma Scrub here and the Glycosal would be your friend for this type of treatment. You're welcome. Okay, so again, anti-impurities would be only on your spot treatments. Okay, again, sulfur, salicylic acid, allantoin are going to help accelerate the desquamation process. Very important to help accelerate the desquamation process to acne, because remember that one of the causes is clogged pores, not just by sebum, but also dead skin cells. So you want to be able to remove that from the, you know, within the follicle walls, all the dead skin and all the sebum, so that you can clear out also the acne. This is the corrective line, and correction means that we're going to help the skin correct what, you know, what conditions they have. So for example, hyperpigmentation would be one of those conditions. Dehydration would be one of those conditions. This is repairing Epi Factor. Epi Factor is what we call our 911. A lot of you already use it, and Epi Factor, you know that you must have in your back bar, because after every protocol that comes with a peel or microneedling or dermaplaning or microdermabrasion, you want to use Epi Factor. Why? Because this is going to help you repair the epithelial tissue. It's going to help you with restoring, you know, those control wounds that we create on the skin. Some of the active ingredients here is we have aloe vera, and again, aloe vera is antioxidant, it's antimicrobial, it is very, very healing and soothing. But what are the stars of this product is the bioplasma, that is a combination of plankton extract and also arginine ferulate. Okay, so plankton, you have, I don't know if some of you have heard what planktons are, and they're basically they're marine microorganisms. Some are like the little microorganisms that whales eat, okay, and some are like a algae type. So they're going to help with detoxification of the skin. What is important about the plankton is that they're very rich in zinc, and they're also very hydrating, and proteins as well. Another thing is the arginine ferulate, and that's an amino acid essential for our skin, for our cellular walls, and it's very hydrating. Them together help with repairing and restoring any wound on the skin. This could be a control wound, like what we do in our you know, in our treatment room, or it could be even a paper cut or a burn from your iron, from your curling iron. You apply that on the skin, and within 24 hours, you're going to see how the tissue has repaired. So we always recommend that our client takes it home after these type of treatments, because that's what's going to help with, you know, renovating the skin. It also does help with the cell turnover as well. It does help with inflammatory processes, and it's also very hydrating. So if your client likes to just use it because they feel that their skin is hydrated, and it also helps with the texture overall of the skin, they can do so. So it's not just for repairing when it comes to an injury or a controlled wound, but you can also use it on a daily basis just for hydrating purposes, and just anything that is repairing your skin. It's obviously going to look a lot better. I do, again, like to use it every so often at night, and it does help with more dehydration process of my skin, and the overall texture has gotten better as well. So we love this Epi Factor. Again, it's a must for your back bar and also for your client to take home. You can even include it in the pricing if you have a protocol, or if you're offering a package to your client of 3 sessions of a certain protocol. You can definitely add it into their package, and then for them to take home and use it while their skin is being treated. Hello. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you. So, Nanosphere, again, a nanosphere is an anti-aging complex. So the Epi Factor is more restoring and hydrating. This is more anti-aging. It does also help with restoration of the skin. Um, Again, remember where I talked about the molecular weights? Well, this is an example. Hydrolyzed collagen, hydrolyzed elastin, and that means that since collagen it's a bigger molecule, it's heavier and therefore won't penetrate the skin very easily. It needs to be hydrolyzed for that to happen. So this is going to help with retention of water, the epidermal elasticity as well as the elastin in it is going to help with elasticity. Hyaluronic acid, again, very hydrating. Alpha lipoic acid, in this case, is a universal antioxidant. Stem cells, this is the star here, the stem cells from green apples in Switzerland. They're going to help and stimulate our own cell reproduction. So in order for us to have a more regular cell turnover, those cells at the basal layer need to be stimulated and more of them need to grow. So, you know, there has to be mitosis, and then the mother cells release daughter cells. So in this case, the stem cells from the green apples help us do that. They help those mature cells go up and, you know, shed off our skin, and then new mother cells or new daughter cells are being developed, and therefore our skin is going to look a lot younger and smoother as well. Another important element here are the oligopeptides and the tetrapeptides. And basically what these are, peptides help with cell communication, and they help restore better collagen production, and also, again, reducing wrinkles, fine lines and wrinkles, and glycation. Well, when it comes to glycation, important because glycation often happens when there's damage to the collagen in the skin. And it's basically, you know, happening when, even as when we eat fried food and very sugary fried food and things like that, that's when glycation happens. And that means that the fibers of your skin are becoming brittle and kind of like old rubber band that has been out in the sun for too long, they start to snap. That's basically what glycation does to the fiber collagens. So in this case, the tritopeptide 7 is going to help restore collagen fibers and avoid glycation to our skin. Do anyone have a question about glycation? Hello from Mexico. Hi, everybody. They're watching us from Mexico as well. So anilantoin, again, is helping accelerate the process of cellular desquamation, proliferation. So here, everything is about our cells moving and, you know, getting new cells in our skin to help with anti-aging. How would you be able to use this product? Okay, again, you would be able to do it as use it in a facial massage, for example. So after you're done with, if it's more of an anti-aging protocol, if you did something like a Mandelic or a glycolic peel, then you can go ahead and start repairing and restoring with Nanosphere, doing a light massage for penetration. You can also penetrate this product with electroporation, which is going to help with, you know, just deeply penetrating the molecules of the Nanosphere. And again, the Nanosphere is already a liposome product. So already it's going to help, it's going to penetrate on its own without the use of any technology or any electrotherapy, because it's a liposome product. You already have that vehicle that is going to help you penetrate, okay? But if you would want to do that, you can use galvanic and negative, or you could use the electroporation to further penetrate the product. You would want to add this before your mask, okay? And then with the mask on top, you could do electroporation or negative galvanic, and the results are amazing. You're going to have a very hydrated skin, and for mature skin, it's great as well. So you could do this after maybe a lactic acid, and that would be amazing. You could do it, no, the way that we do the protocols here, I know that sometimes you can do a massage after a mask. You can do that as well. Or you can do it before the mask with a massage. The thing is that we don't remove our masks with water. They're either a hydroplastic type of mask, or they're a veil. So we don't remove products from the skin after we're done with the mask. So we're not removing all those active ingredients. It's everything layers and layers and layers, and everything gets penetrated with the mask even further. Once you're done, you remove the mask, and the only thing you have to do is hydrate and SPF. So but you can, I mean, if you're used to doing a mask first and then doing the massage, you can also do that, okay? Oh, and this is the Glycosal. So again, I had already mentioned how you can mix Glycosal with the scrub. So these are your components of your Glycosal. Again, for use at the in the treatment room, if you do combine with the scrub, it's going to help with this incrustation. For home use, you will be able to use it every night, and this is going to help with brightening your skin, with actinic damage from the sun. It's going to help with the cellular process as well, turnover. It's going to help with evening out skin texture. So because again, it's glycolic at 12%. So you do have a chemical exfoliant on your skin. You don't wash it off. You leave it on at night, and it's just the next day you wash your skin again and you'll be fine. The only thing that you have to watch out for is, again, depending on the skin types, some might feel that their skin start getting a little dry, then cut back from using every night to maybe using every other night or 3 times a week, for example. So it's a glycolic at 12%. You have urea as well, which is going to help with the epithelial hydration. Chamomile, which is very soothing and decongestant. Decongestant means that it's going to help bring down redness to the skin or any erythema that there might be on the skin because of sensitivity. Green tea, which is antioxidant, and comfrey in this case is going to contribute with the cell growth. Again, Glycosal, amazing for those skins that are thicker, that need more, that you think they need, to move those cells. And maybe you can sell it to somebody before you start a mechanism of peels on their skin, or before you start treatments with peels. They can start using this at home before that. So by the time they come to you, their skin has been preparing itself to better absorb or better deal with the peeling treatments. So you can do that as well. You can recommend it for them to use that way. And obviously, if they see that, they can use it every night, they can do so. I always like to give a little space, or because our skin becomes to get kind of used to certain ingredients. So they might want to stop 15 days use it, stop, and then start again a week later. And that's a good way to kind of boost the skin again to, start getting used to the cellular turnover again. Yes, the masks are biodegradable, actually. See. Okay, the retinol. Now, this is the anti-aging brightening emulsion. Retinol, it's a retin-A or a retinol, and it's only for nighttime use, okay? We recommend this, again, for those clients that need more of a tanning effect to the skin. They want to boost collagen on the skin. If they also have a photo aging, it's definitely going to help, because we know that vitamin A helps with restoring our cellular, our cells. It's an antioxidant as well. But when it comes to hyperpigmentation, it's great. You can also recommend this to your acne clients, okay, for use at night. We know that there's evidence that vitamin A, or in the case of retinol, helps greatly when it comes to acne, because it helps with the exfoliation process of the skin. And we need to exfoliate skin when it has acne, just to remove dead skin cells from the follicular walls. So it's a retinol-based formula. It contains Buddhella stem cells, and it's one of our main active ingredients here. Also licorice and grapeseed extract. All these are antioxidants. All these are going to help also with lightening of the skin. So you have your retinol, in this case, your Buddhella stem cell, your licorice, and your grapeseed extract. All of those together are going to help with a brightening effect. Also anti-inflammatory, and it's also, photoprotective. At the same time, you guys, we have to avoid inflammation. So this is why we have anti-inflammatory ingredients in this product. Remember that in the process of inflammation, if it's constant, then in the long run, what's going to happen is that the skin starts to present hyperpigmentation because of the amount of melanin that is being activated every time there's an inflammation process. So when you have a product that you're trying to correct, sunspots or hyperpigmentation, you also want to have something in it that's going to help with inflammatory process, and you want to have anti-inflammatory ingredients. It does help with the recurrent breakouts of acne skin that I was mentioning as well. It does have Niacinamide B3. Niacinamide or niacin, known as niacin as well. That is your vitamin B3. Vitamin B3 is very, very hydrating, but also helps a lot when it comes to hyperpigmentation. It's very lightening. It's a tyrosinase inhibitor, so it does also contain niacinamide. So this is nighttime use. I probably wouldn't use it during the treatment room unless somebody comes in more later in the day, in the evening. Then you can go ahead and apply that as your brightening emulsion, and they can go home with that. But you can definitely recommend this for them to take home and use it twice a week, okay? Twice a week. You want to start twice a week because it might be a little bit irritating in some skins. Again, it's a retinol, and we know that with retinol, you need to be careful because it starts by irritating the skin. The cell starts to shut off, but then it goes through that process before it gets better. It's something that happens before it gets better, okay? And it usually takes about 6 weeks for that to happen. But you want to start off with 2 nights a week, and then maybe 3 nights a week would be okay. And that would be just enough when it comes to this product. Okay, the Supreme Night Cream. Okay, so remember guys, when I mentioned that I was back in Atlanta and I used the Supreme Night Cream, it's a very rich cream. So since I'm not a dry skin, I was kind of hesitant, but then, I said, you know what, my skin feels dry. The weather is different compared to how it is here down here in Miami in Florida. So I felt the need. My skin was basically telling me, look, you need to hydrate me deeply and more because you're red and there's inflammation and you feel tight. So what I did is I got a little bit of the Supreme Night Cream and I combine it together with de-aging. I mixed them, okay? So just a little bit on my hand and 3 drops of the de-aging, and I did a nice massage on my skin, and then the next day my skin was not even red. It felt so hydrated and rich, and I loved using that at night. Now it's an anti-aging concentrated moisturizing product. It is also very nourishing. So if you don't have dry skin, I would not recommend this. This is for mature skin. Or if you're like me, where you're more of a combination, kind of heading over to the dry side already, then you want to be able to, you can use it at night in those days where you feel you need a little bit more nourishment. You can apply that. And I love it. It does have squalane panthenol. They're going to provide a lot in-depth hydration and moisturization to the skin. The milk proteins are going to help boost with the regenerative process of the cells. Again, vitamin C is an antioxidant. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. Bisabolol, you guys, is it's a derivative of chamomile. It's a more concentrated form of chamomile, but bisabolol is very soothing to the skin. So I love that because it does have that, very rich extract of the chamomile. Apple stem cells as well are here, which is going to help boost elasticity and enhance collagen, and also the I can't ever say that. Argireline. I can't say that word. For me, it's always so hard to mention. It's basically acetyl hexapeptide. And this is going to give a more tanning effect. It does diminish fine lines and wrinkles. So Supreme Night Cream are for your mature skins, dry skin types. So remember, when it comes to mature skin or dry skin types, it's the type of skin, it's not necessarily the age. You can have a younger person that already presents dry skin type. You can very well recommend this product for them to take home and use. That product, the Supreme Night Cream, also you can use, oh, excuse me. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry guys. I'm connecting again to Instagram. So the Supreme Night Cream, like I was saying, for your cabin room, it says Supreme Night Cream, but it doesn't mean that you can't use it at night, okay? It doesn't have anything there that's going to be stimulated by photosensitivity. So you can use it at night, the Supreme Night, I mean, during the day, the Supreme Night Cream. So if your client feels that during the day, they still feel that dryness and they need something rich, they can definitely use it during the day. So in your treatment room, would be great for a massage. It gives you that run on the face. It gives you that, that ability to penetrate it for a while you're doing a nice lifting massage to your mature skin. This one comes also with a DI cream. And the DI cream, you guys, is excellent for darkening around the eyes. Again, you can add a little bit of the de-aging or the de-aging serum and then apply some of the DI cream on top just to further moisturize those areas. Remember that under eyes, as we age, get thinner and they get dry. So we need to do this to add that plumpness. And so the darkening effects are sometimes caused by that dehydration. That wall is closer to our capillaries under our eyes. So that's what sometimes it makes it look dark. So you want to keep the area hydrated. So again, this is great for in-depth moisturization to the eye area. It does contain horse chestnuts, which helps with puffiness. Remember that horse chestnut also helps with capillary walls. And that's important because what I just mentioned right now, that a lot of time when our under eyes gets thinner, then we start to notice darkening, and that's often the capillary walls just start to show more. So you want to strengthen that and you want to hydrate that area. The milk protein complex, again, is going to boost, it's going to be regenerative. The vitamin C, it does have also the tetrapeptide 7, which is going to help with help with the inflammatory processes. So it's anti-inflammatory. And the arginine, just like the Supreme Night Cream, the eye cream also contains those same components. So very rich and beautiful for under the eye area. It's not going to be oily, it's not going to be greasy or anything at all. But again, I love to recommend it for nighttime use because that's when our skin is always repairing. And maybe if they're wearing makeup in the day, it might not apply too well. So use it for nighttime. This is our maintenance line, and this is our basically what we use on our clients for hydrating purposes. Okay, so we already saw our serums. Okay, all our serums that come either in this format or this format, but we also have them for back bar. All right, but then we also have our moisturizers, and we have 3 moisturizers. Let me see right here: Ceramide, Coplesson, and Hydra Q. This is the presentation for home, okay? But we also have a back bar presentation. It comes in a bigger 6-ounce bottle. So the Coplesson Serum, is great for oily skin. So how would you use this after your acne protocol using the purifying, normalizing lotion, etc.? At the end, after you do extractions and you did apply maybe the clarifying serum, etc., after you remove the mask, you're going to moisturize before they leave. So this is going to be your moisturizer for oily and acne skin. It's a gel. Okay, you see, it's a gel, and it's definitely for oily skin. You don't want to use this on dry skin because it does help with controlling oils, the sebaceous gland. And also it does contain the vitamin B5, which helps with balancing the oil production. But remember that vitamin B5 is also very hydrating. It does have the hydrolyzed collagen. In this case, it's going to help with water retention, but also elasticity of the epidermal, the epidermis. Allantoin, which is going to help with the process of cellular desquamation, and the glycoproteins. Glycoproteins, guys, are going to help with the cellular membrane. And this is important because when you have a healthy cellular membrane, then you have more active cells and ATP is developed. And if you have ATP, that means there's more better circulation of oxygen in the cells. So there's a better cellular function. This is why the glycoproteins are important, because they provide hydration and they provide lipids to the cells. And again, this can be used in all skin types for moisturization. I mean, not all skin types, oily skin and acne skin, okay? So that's your Coplesson right there, oily skin. Now, we also have the Hydra Q. And the Hydra Q, it's for normal type skin, hydrating. So it's more like a cream gel. Okay, it's not oily at all. It does penetrate very easily into the skin. It leaves a nice hydration effect on the skin. So it does help when you have a client that's very dehydrated. They feel a lot of relief when using this product. Because again, when you have dehydration of the skin, most likely your client's gonna be red. There's gonna be sensitivity due of the lack of water. So when they apply this, it's almost like drinking water. When you're thirsty, you feel a soothing effect. You feel a very like a healing effect to the skin. So it's wonderful product for normal combination skin. It does have the effects of squalane that are the derivative from olives. They derive from olives, and they are going to be very hydrating. They're going to help reinforce the barrier, the skin barrier, which is hydrolipidic. And that's very necessary when it comes to the dehydration, because oftentimes dehydration happens because the barrier function is not working properly, and therefore there's more water that is being evaporated from the surface. So squalane is going to provide that kind of like occlusiveness to the skin without clogging the pores. It also has a vitamin E, tocopherol, which is going to help with water loss, and it's antioxidant. And the coenzyme Q10, also known as ubiquinone, and the coenzyme Q10 is antioxidant. I like to add that the coenzyme Q10 is not just antioxidant, but it also helps with restoring cellular walls, or the capillary walls, excuse me. It does help with capillary walls, because coenzyme Q10 is used also, as in heart conditions or anything that has to do with circulatory system. So on the skin, it's going to help with the capillary walls as well. So if you have a sensitive, normal skin type, or combination skin that needs hydration, definitely go with the Hydra Q10. And then we have ceramides. So what are ceramides? Remember that ceramides in our skin are basically lipids that are holding our cells together. They're part of the component of the brick and mortar. So ceramides are important for a lipidic skin, or your dry skin, or mature skin types. This one, it's not as rich as the night cream. Let me see where it is. It's not as rich as the night cream, but it's still great for more lipidic skin, or dry skin. So it's just a little bit lighter than this one. So maybe your client wants to use this at night and then use the ceramide during the day because it's a bit lighter. Still, it's going to provide a lot of nourishment to the skin. It's going to provide those missing lipids that the skin needs. Just a little bit richer. It still feels silky on me, okay? It feels silky, not oily. So that's something important, that the products are never gonna feel oily. They just feel silky when you apply them on the skin. They do penetrate also, and then in this case, you have the antioxidant vitamin E as well to help repair and restore the epithelial walls. Sweet almond oil. We do have the aloe vera, hyaluronic acid, PCA, and the wheat protein. All of these are going to be helping with increasing the epithelial hydration. They're going to help with containing the natural ceramides in the skin. They do help with reducing puffiness and the under eye area as well. And it's just overall helps with the cell membrane and the structures of the cells. So again, the ceramide is for your dry skin types or mature skin types, and you can use it day and night. but I know that some clients like to use this at night and in the daytime, and they also like to use the Supreme Night Cream for nighttime because it's richer, it's a little bit thicker. So they like to feel kind of that sensation during the night as the skin is repairing, okay? Do you have any questions about our 3 moisturizers? This is important. That means that you guys that are getting to know the line, you know that you're not going to have a gazillion type of moisturizers. There's not a one for sensitive, one for this, one for that condition, one for, no. You have here, you're covering with 3, you're covering all 4 skin types. So you're covering oily, acne, here you're covering your dry skin, and here you're covering your normal to combination skin. So again, you only need 3 of those products in your back bar, and also to offer to your client as retail, and you're gonna see that it works and it makes differences in their skin. Another part of our maintenance line is, of course, our SPF. Now, if you want #1 anti-aging product, it's gonna be your SPF. Why? Because this is going to help you against all that cell damage. It's gonna help you, you know, fight off free radicals, prevent damage from UVAs and UVB, which is what starts our, you know, our photo aging process in most of us. So this, you know, sun damage is going to break down it's going to break down the collagen. It's going to you know, it's going to damage cell DNA. It's going to create sunspots, wrinkles, etc., dehydration, inflammation processes of the skin. Everything has to do with UV rays. So what you want to do is protect from the UV effects by using your Derma Sun SPF 50. It is a mineral sunscreen, okay? So it does not contain chemicals. I love it because it's also coral reef friendly. And we know that with, you know, I think it was last year or something like that, where they were mentioning how bad chemical products are when it comes to, you know, sun protection for our environment, when it comes to our oceans and the coral reefs. So DermaSwiss came and they started to develop a new formula, and in this case it's just titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. It does not leave a greasy film at all on the skin. I know that sometimes we're scared of the mineral type product because they usually have a lot of oils in them, and you know, people feel greasy and they're at the beach and they feel greasy. In this case, not at all. It's very, very silky. Okay, it does have that white cast, but you need to work it in. You can actually, you don't have to do the whole patting. This one, you can actually work it in the skin, and it just penetrates. It doesn't leave any, you know, like oily or anything like that. It feels very silky. It does contain aloe vera, so it does have also antioxidants. So in order for a, you know, sun protection product or SPF, they need to have UVA and UVB, which is your broad spectrum, okay? And then they also need to have some sort of antioxidant to help fight off the damages of free radicals. So in this case, our Derma Sun, it's zinc oxide, titanium dioxide. Those are your 2 elements as your UVA, UVB protection, right? But then you also have your antioxidants in aloe vera, bisabolol, again, comes up, green tea, which are your antioxidant benefits. Then you have your allantoin, which is going to help with the cellular proliferation. You do have your sunflower seed, your shea butter, which, believe it or not, you might think it's very heavy because of it, but it's not. It's the right amount just to give that the slip that you need for the product to move around, okay? And it's also very conditioning to the skin. So it's very moisturizing without the oil effect that usually comes with shea butter. It does not have that at all. Also the vitamin B5, which is your panthenol. Again, remember that vitamin B5, it's great for hydrating, but also helps with minimizing sebum production. So you're not gonna have, you know, if it's oily skin or if it's acne skin, you're not gonna have a problem with it blocking your pores and also producing more oil. So don't be scared of using our Derma Sun SPF on all skin types: sensitive, rosacea, acne, oily, dry skin. It's gonna work well for everyone. What about a gray film or more melanin rich clients? I found that a lot with other products. Yes, Tanisha, every time when I recommend our products for a darker Fitzpatrick. What I like to mention is that, first of all, you don't need to use a lot, okay? So the amount that you want to use, obviously you're going to be adding on depending on the areas that you're going to be covering in your treatment room. So I always do about this much. Then what I start to do is I start to rub it in. It's not going to penetrate in my skin. It's just, I'm kind of warming up the product, and then I start to apply it all over, okay? I start to apply it all over. And if I find that you still have that white grayish cast, I apply a little bit of the toner on my hands, and I just apply it all over the skin, and it just feels refreshing. And I find that with that, it's just kinds of, you know, takes away off that cast, and it helps me spread the product even more. So you're not removing by adding the dermatonic on it or anything like that, but it's just helping kind of spread it out evenly and minimize that effect of the white cast or gray cast on darker skin tones. I do understand that question. I get it a lot, but that's what I have done and recommended, and I find that it works well. But again, everything is about trying and seeing what works best for you, okay? When it comes to darker skin, the SPF, ours is not super oily, is not a super white cast. It does have more of a opalescent kind of look to it. When you see it live on the skin, it's very opalescent. So on darker skin, it doesn't look as gray as you would think, especially if you apply it the way that I'm explaining right now. Okay, you're welcome, Tanisha. Okay, so that's our Derma Sun, and I love the new formula. It's, again, it's very light on the skin. It doesn't need residue oils. The white cast, that's how I would recommend using it. You just, you know, warm it up in your hands first, and then start applying it, patting it all over the area. And if you find that you still have that little bit of the white cast on darker skin tones, then just apply a little bit of toner on your hands and just kind of pat it in, and that's gonna help a lot with evening out the color. Okay, and then our control line, guys. So you're gonna find that some products repeat, but it's because they have those different, you know, different effects on the skin. So again, the control line is the acne line, okay? It's your oily acneic skin. Control line, you're gonna have the Purifying Cleanser. Remember that everything I'm showing you right now, it's it's your client's size. This is what they will use at home. This is a lot here for home too. For back bar, you have a 17 ounce, and that gives you, my goodness, like we're way over 100 uses, okay? And when it comes for home use, I mean, again, they can probably go with this bottle for like 2 to 3 months, so it's not bad at all. Because it's a little bit, it's a quarter size that you need to use. So you have the purifying, you have your normalizing toner, okay? So this is the Dermatonic, and the Dermatonic is for both, for all skin types. But if you have your acne and you want to control acne, you want to use the normalizing toner. And then the control line includes the clarifying serum that we already talked about, and it also includes, if you want to add to your client, the anti-impurity complex, which is your spot treatment. Remember I was talking about spot treatments? This is what you want to use. So this is, again, for home use. They can use it day and night, okay? So when you have acne skin, I tell our client, it's about cleansing day and night. It's not over cleansing every day, all the time, at all times. No, it's your daytime cleansing, and your nighttime cleansing. It's even more important because that's when you're removing all the, you know, residues from environmental factors, and, you know, just being around throughout the day, all these debris comes from the skin, and that's when you really need to wash and clean the skin. So why is this important? Again, because it's going to help control bacteria. It's going to help control the production of the sebum from the sebaceous gland, and also the proliferation of the P. acnes, which is your acne bacteria. So it's going to help control all of that. You know, it's going to help with regulating the cell movement of the skin. It's going to help regulate sebaceous movement, and also the production of that P. acnes bacteria. So the ingredients on all three are your lactobacillus rye flour ferment, which is, in this case, the what we're going to be using as the microbiota or the probiotic for the skin. Then it does contain, they all contain acylic acid, the licorice. Remember I mentioned how licorice is anti-inflammatory, but also helps with hyperpigmentation. Arnica, horse chestnut, gotu kola, ivy, everything here, it's very geared towards diminishing redness, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial as well, and just regulating everything that has to do with the bacteria. So the purifying cleanser, the normalizing lotion, as you can see, a toner without alcohol. Again, great because we don't want to dry out the skin. We just want to balance the oils. We want to balance the water in the skin. Remember that skin needs to be hydrolipidic. It means that there needs to be a balance of water and oils. So when we have, too much of an oily skin or acne skin, it's because maybe there's a lack of water and therefore they're overproducing oil and it's causing all the mess that they have going on with their skin. So you need to stabilize and normalize the pH and also the water oil ratio of the skin. So the ingredients again, arnica, horse chestnut, gotu kola, horsetail, the focus, which is the that algae that I was talking about that is very, very hydrating. And of course, the star here in this product is your probiotic, which has been proven to help aid in the condition of the skin. It does help because it helps with the health of the microbiota of our natural skin. And what that means is that it's going to help out balance the good bacteria from the bad bacteria. That's what probiotics do. They help balance out good bacteria from bad bacteria, and this is what this product does. It helps balance out that bacteria in our skin, and this is why I also mentioned that if you have a client with a very severe case of rosacea or more of the rosacea that is the very oily, scaly type, or popular pustular rosacea, you would be able to recommend the clarifying serum. Your recovery serum, it's more for the reactive rosacea or a more like a lighter type rosacea like myself, which is very, very light. You see very minimal amounts of telangiectasias, but on a more popular pustular or thicker type rosacea, you would want to recommend the clarifying serum. Any other questions, guys? Okay. Again, the anti-impurity complex, which is part of our control line, okay? And this is your spot treatment. Remember we talked about it, salicylic acid, allantoin, and retinol. So great for spot treatments only. Do not use it all over the skin. You know, inform your client that if that happens, then what's gonna happen is they're gonna dry out too much the skin. I have more questions here. Let me see. No more questions. So again, only for spot treatments. And in the treatment room, you wanna use it after extraction. So after you you do extractions, you do high frequency for about 2 to 3 minutes on the skin. And then after you do the high frequency, then you can apply the anti-impurities spot areas, let it dry. Then you go ahead and you do the clarifying serum all over the skin, penetrate, and then you apply the mask. Okay, and you can apply different types of masks that we have. You could do the detox, you could do maybe collagen with aloe vera, depending what you have available or what you think your client needs at that moment, then you can do that. The sensitive skin line. So as you can see, there's only 2 specific products to sensitive skin because quite frankly, everything that you have after that, you can use on sensitive skin. So like I said, you have the Derma Cleanser, but you have also the Gentle Cleanser. So the Derma Cleanser, you can use it on sensitive skin because remember, it does have chamomile, aloe vera, it does have hyaluronic acid. So it does have components that are very soothing and healing to the skin. So if you have this in your back bar, you're good to go with a sensitive skin. But you might also want to have the more specific one that is the Gentle Cleanser. Again, it's anti-inflammatory action with arnica, aloe vera. It does have barley extract, safflower oil, which is going to be moisturizing and antioxidant, and dates, which are going to be antioxidant and moisturizing. So again, this works amazing for makeup removal as well because it's more of a cleansing type of creamy cleanser, a milky cleanser. Again, not oily, guys. It's not about oils or anything like that. It's just very creamy, and it just feels rich and soothing. So again, on the skin as you're applying it, and with a little bit of water, of course, on the skin, and you're doing the massage, it feels very soothing. Very, very, very light lotion smell to it. I don't know. It's just, I love it. It's very refreshing. And this is the one you would want to recommend for your client to take home and use at home on a nightly basis or daytime basis. It does not matter if they have dry skin or if they have sensitive skin. They want a more milky cleanser to help with the hydration. So again, if you have a client that comes in with makeup, let's say their makeup, their normal skin, oily skin, you can first start with the gentle cleanser to remove makeup, and then you can follow with the Derma Cleanser just to remove any sort of lipid film that you feel is left behind. We recommend that when you're doing peels, you don't want to use the gentle cleanser only because of that kind of lotion effect on the skin. You want a very clean surface before a peel. You want to use the Derma Cleanser. But again, for cleansing milk, for sensitive skin, for dry skin, you have your gentle cleanser. And I love it because, again, it's very rich and very moisturizing at the same time without leaving any oil residue on my skin. And that recovery serum that I had already presented to you guys for sensitive skin. So obviously everything else you can still use. So I would have somebody come in, I would do the gentle cleanser. I would then do a scrub with maybe the Glycosal or the lactic acid, because remember lactic acid is good also for hydration. 3 drops of that. You can do a light scrub on the skin, remove, and do whatever you need to do to the skin. Sometimes sensitive skins or rosacea don't need a lot of extractions, but if you have somebody where you have sensitivity, like me, I have sensitivity, you can still do extractions on my T-zone. And if I get a little red, then you can go ahead and use the recovery. That's going to help minimize redness and erythema to the skin. Or again, if you have rosacea or your client has rosacea, you want to sell that so they can take it home and use it at night under or daytime under their moisturizers. And they can even carry with them in their purses. And if they feel a flush coming up, then they can go ahead and apply that. It is important for them to control that because, again, when there's inflammation processes or redness, with time, there's more damage to the skin and the rosacea can become even worse, or hyperpigmentation might happen too, okay, due to the inflammation process. So I love recovery because of the bisabolol, arnica montana, IV, vitamin E, allantoin, everything, you know, super soothing, anti-inflammatory, and very hydrating as well. Our peels. So our peels, we have direct peels. Remember that I mentioned that our peels are not aggressive. They're not aggressive. They are progressive peels. That means that even though you're applying direct peels onto the skin, they're still going to create changes without over exfoliating the skin. So we have our lactic acid at a 50% to 0.8 pH. This is great for your mature type skins, for hydration purposes, and also for hyperpigmentation. Lactic acid, though, compared to all the other alpha hydroxy acids, are more photosensitive. So be careful with your client for them not to be too exposed to the sun because of photosensitivity. But again, this is what we would use for any of our more mature type skin type of protocols. We have glycolic at a 30% and glycolic at a 40%. Another high hydroxy acid, excellent for anti-aging, excellent for boosting collagen into the skin. Amazing when it comes to densifying the dermis as well, because it works very well by densifying collagen. So it helps with the dermis thickening. Remember the glycolic acid, it's a smaller molecular weight. That means it's going to seep into the epidermis a lot further, touching base, basically going to basal layer. So it's going to stimulate a lot of the collagen boost and elasticity. So this is great for anti-aging. You know, you don't want to use it on overly sensitive skin, but on normal skin, oily skin, you can still definitely use it. Salicylic acid, it's our beta hydroxy acid. This is a lipid, and a soluble type of peel. Beta hydroxy acid is great for oily skin. It's great for acneic skin as well. You know, it helps with removing dead skin cells from the follicles and from the surface of the skin. So it's going to help you exfoliate and therefore regulate acne in the case of acne. And then we also have our neutralizer, and our neutralizer, and did I skip one? Mandelic? Let me see. Hold on, let me see, guys, because we do have Mandelic as well. And Mandelic, I love Mandelic because it's great for, there it is, Mandelic, it's great for all skin types, all skin Fitzpatrick colors, from the whitest to the darkest. You can go ahead and use Mandelic. Mandelic is very gentle. Mandelic is anti-inflammatory, so you can even use it on your protocols for sensitive rosacea skin. Mandelic, it's great for hyperpigmentation on darker skins. You can definitely use Mandelic. It's anti-inflammatory, it's anti-seborrheic. That means that you can also use it after extractions on on your acne clients. So if you are not using still one of our products when it comes to peels, I would say go with Mandelic first, because that's going to give you benefits for all the colors of skin, all the types of skin conditions as well. And you can leave it on to the skin up to 8 minutes if the skin allows. So it's a great, beautiful product. I love it. We do have it for today here in one of our protocols that I'm going to show you guys, where you can use it in your brightening illuminating protocol. All our peels come with neutralizers. You must neutralize all the peels after use. So when you apply them, you follow the instructions for the amount of time the peel goes on the skin, and then you neutralize, okay? You don't have to leave the neutralizer on for any amount of time. You just neutralize and then wash. These are our masks. We have collagen mask, hydroplastic mask. We have our algae vitamin C mask. We have a cream mask that is coming out. It's not out yet, but the ones that we have available for you are the collagen, the hydroplastic, and the algae with vitamin C rich mask. Now, these are amazing in every sense, because the collagen mask, those are lyophilized collagen. That means that they've been in a process where they, the collagen becomes dry, and they put them like in sheet masks. So the collagen masks are used on all skin types depending on the one that you're using. So for example, we have the collagen mask, which is 100% collagen. This is great for hydrating all skin types. We also have the Aloe Vera collagen mask. Again, this is great for irritated skin or red skin. It's gonna help with for after chemical peels or after microneedling. The collagen mask, I love the aloe vera collagen mask. I love on skin that has been damaged by the sun as well, because collagen helps with soothing. So maybe you have a client that comes in after a weekend of fun in the sun, then go ahead and use the collagen aloe vera mask. The caviar collagen, excellent for mature dry skin. That's going to provide richness to the skin and a lot of hydration. And then we have our Mioxinol. This is great for your lifting effect mask. This is the one you want to use after radio frequency, for example, or after a microcurrent treatment where you're lifting all the muscles. Then go ahead and use the collagen and Mioxinol. It's going to give you a Botox effect without the negative effect of Botox. Of course, we're not injecting either. So it's going to give you that lifting, tightening effect. And it's a beautiful mask to apply on that type of protocols. And then we have our peel-off mask. And the peel-off mask come in a powder form. Okay, so you have to add distilled water. Some of our estheticians like to add the Dermatonic. That would be 3.5 ounces into one pouch. They come like this one. This is the one I do have here for you guys to see. This is our brightening mask. So all the powder is inside. You cut, you put in a bowl, and then you add the 3.5 ounces of distilled water. They all contain spirulina, which is a known algae that's going to help with very high concentrations of amino acids. This one, in this case, this one, brightening, illuminating, also has vitamin C. Let me see if I have them one by one here, so we can all the vitamin C. There we go, the brightening mask. Okay, omega-6 as well, and also the black currant extract, which on its own blackcurrant extract also is very potent when it comes to vitamin C. So this is one of our very illuminating, glowing type masks. We also have the Vita Olive. Okay, wait, the Purifying Mask. The Purifying Mask, this is the one you want to ideal for acne-prone skin. So the Purifying is for acne-prone, congested type skin. So if you do an acne protocol using our control line, you would want to be able to use the Purifying Mask. We also have our Vita Olive, and this one's nourishing. So this is more of a peel-off mask for nourishing, antioxidant purposes. It's great for all skin types, but especially when you have aging, mature skin. So it's going to provide a lot of hydration. Again, you want to use that with the 3.5 ounces of distilled water in the powder. And all of our masks, all of them, you leave them on for 20 minutes. And it's going to help with further penetrating products. Remember, I mentioned before that you don't wash off anything of the products from the skin after you do a mask. So you can apply first all the serums, and then add the mask, and everything's going to be penetrated even further. You remove, and then you just add moisturization and SPF, and your client can just, go home with that. So we have the brightening mask, and then we have vitamin C. This one comes in patches. It's a little envelope that comes with 5 patches. You want to dilute that again with distilled water, and you apply it all over the skin. It's a bit more runny, so you want to apply it on the skin, and then you can do massage. This is the mask that you can actually do massage with. You want to massage it for about 5 minutes, and then you leave it on for another 10 to 15 minutes. You can also use that vitamin C mask and dilute it with our Derma Seed and our hyaluronic acid, and you can actually do that with the Derma pen or with the microneedling. It gives a beautiful effect, great for hyperpigmentation and for a glowy skin. Is there a difference in lyophilized collagen and collagen? No, they're all lyophilized. So all our sheet masks are lyophilized sheet masks, but they all have collagen, and they all have collagen and something else. So there's 100% collagen lyophilized. There's aloe vera and collagen lyophilized. There is the Mioxinol collagen lyophilized. They're all lyophilized, but with different ingredients depending on what you want to use for different conditions, okay, or different effects that you want on the skin. Okay. And we have our massage cream, our relaxing massage cream. This is once your client is there, feeling relaxed with the mask, then you want to go ahead and do a massage. What is beautiful about massage cream is that it does not have any scent to it. You can add the scents through it does have vitamin E, it does have components that are going to help with hydration. It also is very slippery, so you don't need a lot for the massage portion, okay? It does have the green tea, the vitamin E, cucumber, and chamomile, so very soothing and very hydrating. But if you want, you can also add a few drops into a container of the of our essential oils and mix it with our cream. That's why it kind of purposely comes with no scent, so they can create your own scents. And we do also offer essential oils. So we have peppermint, we have lavender, we have eucalyptus, tea tree, and lemongrass. So, depending on what you want, again, lavender, you guys know it's very relaxing. Eucalyptus, again, is purifying. Here we like to combine our lavender and our eucalyptus, and it's so soothing and so refreshing at the same time, very relaxing. If you want a more invigorating, then you could do lemongrass with peppermint, for example. And if you want to add a little bit of tea tree oil into your water for your acne and oils, you can actually do that. You can add a few drops of tea tree oil, which you guys know they're antifungal, anti-inflammatory properties, and estrogen. So you can add a few drops of the tea tree oil into your water that you're using for cleansing your oily or acneic skin, okay? And these are our products for body care. So we do offer these two at the moment that you can, for those of you who like body wrapping, you can do that. I'm sorry, it just decided to leave me. You can have thermal the thermal sculpting cream, which you can use for your body wrapping effects. For those of you who have body wrapping, you would add that. You do massage or whatever it is that you do with your protocol, and then you can also do the wrapping around with the thermal sculpting. But we also offer the booster cream, and the booster cream helps with cellulite treatments, lymphatic drainage. So if you guys are also massage therapists, you know, you can work with these as well. Or if you're using machines like cavitation, etc., or the vacuum for those purposes, you can definitely use the booster cream as well. It says booster cream, but it's more of a gel consistency. And we actually even use this gel when we do our radio frequencies in some cases. It helps us with that as well. So for you guys today, we have this special, you guys will be getting a code that if you're interested, you would be able to get the brightening illuminating products. So this is a protocol that we offer that you can get through your representatives today. The brightening illuminating, you would get that protocol, and it involves the Derma Scrub that we were talking about. So remember that when we talk about a protocol, I'm not saying that you can only use it with that protocol specifically. You can create the protocol has been created for you to be able to do the ABCs, but you can also, you know, use these products for other things. So the Mandelic, it's for all skin types, like I said before. So even after extractions, you can use it, and it comes in the package as well. The glycolic acid at 30%, it comes again in this protocol. It does have the Nanosphere. Remember, the Nanosphere is amazing. It's a liposome product and it's great for anti-aging purposes. It does come with the Hydra Q10, which is for your normal to combination skins. These are all the retail size. It also comes with the Derma Scrub that you can use as the sequestration, and then you can use also for, you know, at home exfoliation for your client. The Derma Seed, which is your antioxidant, which is your brightening and illuminating, and also the brightening peel-off mask. It comes with 8. So here you have for 8 uses of mask, but really the products are going to give you for over probably 30 or more. Okay, I know that the peels give you for about 30 to 40 applications because you're only using 1 dropper, so it gives you for a lot of applications on that. And for today, the value, we have it at a 10% discount, guys. This is a great value because you're going to get a lot of work done with this package right here. And this protocol, I wouldn't offer it for less than $120. If you do this protocol on a client, you ask your representative to give you the guide of the protocol. If you still don't have it, I wouldn't offer for less than $120 because I'm already applying 2 types of peels in this protocol, okay? And this is what we call the J Glow. It gives you a beautiful glowing effect of the skin. It's for all the colors of the skin, for all types. Obviously not active acne, I wouldn't do it, but you know, even on sensitive skin. And what I love about it is that I would offer it for, you know, before an event on your client. Have it done a day or 2 before the event, and by the day of the event, the skin looks beautiful and luminous, and it just gets better with each day that passes. So this is what we have for today for you guys. Again, you will be getting a code through your representative by email that you can ask for this right here kit, and it's the brightening illuminating kit that you guys would have you know, access to. So this is the line again. Yeah, it takes time because I'm explaining everything to you guys, but it's really not a whole lot of products for your back bar, which is great because it gives you the opportunity to work with a small group that you know you're going to be able to create changes in the skin with, that you know that combining, once you get to know the line, mixing and matching the products, you can actually create a lot of differences in different skin types and conditions. So that's it for me for today. You can call your advisors at 305-663-2882. The number is 305-663-2882. You can contact us through that number. For those of you who are local here, we're in the Doral area. You can always look us up, and you know, you can find us here in the Doral area. And I'm pretty sure your representatives will be contacting you as well to offer you this the brightening illuminating protocol. Thank you so much for being with me today and for joining me. I hope to see you soon. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. Starting off with knowledge is always great. So, share the love, share your knowledge with your clients and your peers. And I wish you all the best this week and lots of work. Okay, guys, thank you so much. See you next time. I'm sorry for my guest here, my participating guest. Do you guys have any questions before I leave here? Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me? Let me see right here. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. Well, I hope this helped and I hope to see you guys soon again, very promptly. And thank you for joining me today. Okay, guys? Bye.